So today we've been doing some testing with SAS and British Rowing. Been looking at the actual raw data of what somebody like myself and Morgan Lay can produce going through some of the rowing tests.
Primarily the main one is the OUT project, so athlete longitudinal profiling, which is looking at athletes essentially that start out maybe in schools or colleges from all parts of the country with the ambition of trying to get them here and getting them into our programme so that they can win a gold medal at the Olympics.
So the data that we've gathered today, yes, we have SAS that can analyse it, but the actual us providing the data hasn't got any easier.
Yeah, definitely have a newfound respect for rowers. When we had the arm and legs going at the same time, I mean, feeling lactic in your arms and legs at the same time and still having to push through the levels, so definitely hard.
For once it was actually quite exciting seeing somebody else do it, and especially like a complete newbie in Greg, having never rowed before, and then you sit on an ergo and he's punching out pretty decent scores.
We're looking at ways with SAS through their analytics programme as to how we can essentially optimise the programme, make it more efficient so that we know what athletes we're looking for, whether that be that they're the right height or they can jump on a rowing machine and we know what sort of splits they can do. We can identify them early and sort of bring them into a programme, look at them, introduce them to rowing and then help them along that way.
So a lot of the machines that we saw today, they actually collect all the information and they use the information to funnel up and see how athletes are progressing in the training program, right? So the data we collect and analyze helps British Rowing make smarter decisions.
Before we did anything else, we just measured height and arm span, everything else. And the first thing that we said is you're 2 centimetres shorter than what we would accept as the minimum. So actually from the first moment I started, the dreams were dashed slightly. But then what was fascinating, obviously then as we went into the actual testing, I think with the leg press machine or something, I set a new record on it or something, which was, that then shows that actually maybe you can make it up in slightly different ways. I think SAS data probably can be used across all sports. I think actually looking at the power and the stats that they can produce and having that as a data sheet to see what that would work best for certain events, I think that's a great way of doing it.